All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutations to the whole flake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole select, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today is dealing with the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 10. Dealing with, all right, the problem of the planet Earth, which is Esau Edom. Okay, the problem of the planet Earth is the rulership of Esau Edom. Okay, as there's more complaining. People are complaining more about the world, the condition of it. The economy. The violence. All right, the uncertainty. Well, all that stems from the rulership of Esau Edom. Okay, because there's a lot of people complaining, but no one's linking their complaints to Esau Edom. All the complaints of the planet Earth are rooted back to one nation of people. Okay, and that's the Edomites. Okay, anything that you complain about, okay, from not being afford to live, okay, to your arthritis, okay, and everything in between, it goes back to this nigga, man. Okay, this nigga's a major problem, man. He's a madman, right? A wicked tyrant, okay, that's running the earth. Okay? So when you go to the book of Sirach 10 and 10, it said the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. And the physician is Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that long disease is Esau Edom. Okay, centuries of this man's rulership, and look at the condition of the earth, man. Okay, everything is in a decaying state. Animals, food, people. Okay, you have a such thing called cognitive, okay, diminishment. Okay, was people ability to think. Okay, critical thinking, problem solving, memory, do task is diminishing because of this man's technology, man. Okay, this man has been at a constant war, okay, with the planet Earth, man. The planet Earth itself, nature itself, this man has been at war with. Okay, his industrial, okay, what you call his industrial, all right, factories, and all it does is destroy the earth. Everything that this man, Wi-Fi, everything that this man makes has some type of bad effect on the earth. Okay, like I say his industrial, sector, man. Okay, his technology, his war, those warships, they're going all over the earth, leaking oil every goddamn way, testing missiles. Okay, those missile tests are harmful to the earth. Everything that this man does, it pollutes the land, water, and air. This man pollutes everything that can be polluted. Okay, that's why. Let's go here to the book of Isaiah, chapter 24. Okay. Isaiah 24 and 5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant, man. Because when you go into the Bible is a manual on how the earth should be run. Okay, how to deal with the agriculture, how to deal with civil affairs, how to deal with family, how to deal with inheritance, how to deal with banking. The law gives us, all right, the blueprint on how to run the earth in righteousness, man. Esau has these things called SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. You read that research, 2030, Agenda 2030, and look up what you call it, SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, man. And he goes into these Sustainable Development Goals as if he's all about maintaining life in the earth, man. When his rulership has done nothing but destroy life in the earth, man. Okay, world wars. Okay, this man started a concept called world wars, man. Okay, but then he comes and tell you how he's gonna sustain the earth. He gave people the juice. The same man that gave you the juice is telling you that he has sustainable development goals, all right, for the earth. And part of him sustaining the earth is reducing the population. You see, this man is absolutely crazy, man. Okay, a destroyer on the loose. Okay, so reading it again, it said the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenants, man. Because this devil wants to do everything opposite of the Most High. He's so rebellious that he doesn't care about the results of his actions long as it's the opposite of the Most High. Okay, long as it's opposite of righteousness, this devil makes these things, all right, a decree, a culture. Okay, what the Bible tells us not to do, this nigga makes it a culture. You see, he makes it a trend. He makes it the norm, and we're living in the results. So all these complaints that you people have on the internet, these different compilations and people crying and complaining and this and that, it goes back to Esau, Edom. You Edomites that's complaining, it goes back to your rulers. Okay? Niggas don't have any power to affect your economy, to affect your food supply. Okay? Constant wars. Niggas don't have power to affect those things, man. There's one nation on the earth that has the power, all right, to continue those things and stop them, and that's Esau Edom. Okay? But he's not meant to stop them, because the Lord has this man on the warpath to his own destruction. Okay? Everything that this man tries to work, fascism, socialism, Marxism, you see, capitalism, neo-colonialism, all this and that, all these isms, none of it works because the nigga is wrong. Okay? This nigga is wrong. Esau, man. He's the problem. It don't matter what type of system you put in place, man. Okay? This nigga won't do right. That's why in the same book, Isaiah, let me finish verse 6 and then I'm going to go to it's Isaiah 24:6. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. You know, the earth is cursed under this man. Okay? The earth doesn't give forth its strength. Okay? Storms, earthquakes. That's not normal. Okay? That's the earth responding to the rulership of Esau Edom. The storms and hurricanes and, let's say the tornadoes and, you see? And I say all these things are a response to Esau Edom, man. The weather patterns jacked up. Okay, so the earth is cursed under this man's rulership. Okay, that's why scriptures speak about the earth being restored when this man is taken down. All right, so talk about the earth singing for joy. It's not gonna actually sing, man. We're gonna get to smell the earth again. You can't even smell the earth under this nigga, man. Okay, that's how bad this got. All right, so you read on and it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have, it's like verse 6 said, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left, because it leads to nuclear destruction. And that destruction is going to be a punishment, and it's also going to cleanse and refine the earth, man. That's how polluted the earth is, that the Most High has it heat the earth up so hot with these nukes that's gonna hit America, man, to cleanse it. Okay, that's how bad this man's pollution and destruction has gotten. That the Most High is gonna have to nuke this place, heat the planet Earth up so hot to cleanse it, man. Which is gonna be a punishment. As scripture says, a day All right, there's a day. Matter of fact, let's get it. Got a couple of precepts. Hit the spirit. Let's get this in the book. All right, this is the book of Micah, chapter 4, and verse 1. It said, "But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Lord," all right, now it's Malachi Salaki, which we can come back to them. We'll come back to the spirit want that one to come out. We'll come back to it. But what I want right now is Malachi 4. Yep, yep. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1 said, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." And this is the day of nuclear destruction, man, which is going to heat the whole earth. America is going to be turned to a desert. Most of the missiles are going to hit America. America will get some shots off, hit different places, man, but America's going to be annihilated in this war. All right, and all that heat, that's going to heat the whole earth up, man. Okay, it ain't just going to be, the heat, it's going to be the hottest in America. All right, because that's where the Lord's anger, is burning the most towards this wicked place, man. Okay, but that destruction, it's going to heat the earth up like an oven, man. Okay, it said, "For behold, they that cometh," all right, "for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." Okay, so it's going to be like an oven, man, especially here in America, man. Okay, this place is going to be melted. You see, and the heat going to be felt. You see, the Lord's going to put the world on notice. All right, the globe is going to be on notice what he do to America. Okay, the earth is going to be railing to and fro like a drunkard. Okay, so the earth is going to shake and heat up. The judgment of America, Babylon the Great, man. Okay, but America is going to be melted. You see, this place is going to be completely melted, man. Okay, with their nuclear fire, man. And it says, "Yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble." And it says, "In the day, all right, that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch," man. Yeah, because if you're in America, you're out of here. Okay? All the inhabitants of America are going to be rooted out beside the elect. Okay? If you're not on the elect and you're not on the cherry, man, you're out of there, man. If you're ground zero when those missiles hit here in America, man. Okay? When the Lord turned this place to an oven. Okay? So going back, because no matter what, you devils just ain't meant to be right. Okay? And that's why that's why we don't waste time with the so-called white man. Okay? We don't have no expectation but for this man to be the devil. Okay? And that's all that he's showing himself to be. Esau has never shown himself to be nothing else than the devil, man. Okay? Than the wicked that the Bible speaks of. He's crafty, so he knows how to present wickedness, okay, in a very seductive way, okay, a very, he's the mistress, okay, of enchantments, man, okay, but as the truth, all right, has come out about this guy, man, as the Lord has exposed this man on every level, all right, past, present, and future, okay, this man has always been the devil. You see, he was able to deceive, but in 2025, man, it's out there, man, that this man is the devil. This man is the wicked, man. Okay, he has no, all right, righteous intentions in him. Okay, and if you believe in 2025, okay, that this man has your best interest in mind, that he's just finna hand you immortality, merge you with machines, and give you a UBI so you can be on the beach while machines are doing the work, you gotta be out your goddamn mind. Okay? This man never cared. All right? Ain't like he stopped caring. He never cared, man. Okay? And he's going to show the masses in a major way that he never cared. Okay? So let's get this It's the book of Isaiah chapter 20. Let me see. Might be 26. Yeah. Here you go. This is Isaiah 26 and 10. It said, "Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord." Okay, so even as the Lord has showed this man favor, has given him the earth, okay, has given him wealth, has given him influence, man. Okay, it's not built in him to do right. Esau could just chill, man. Look, all this technology, man. Esau could have a player, a player little kingdom. Okay, but it's not meant because Esau was a tool, all right, of punishment. Okay, so it wasn't meant for him, to set it up, okay, in righteousness, man. That's what we're meant to do. Esau was meant to show us, all right, wickedness unleashed. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much favor the Lord will show this man, he will never get right. He's even in our land. He has our land. He has everything that you can think of. Yeah, he's in his land claiming to be us. No matter what, this nigga won't do right. And also Esau showing why he's not fit for the birthright as well. Okay? So you people that still have some type of hope, okay, and Esau, Edom, doing right. Nah, man. Okay? That's not in the cards for him. You see? And this man is fully tapped in on the left hand side to try to pull off being the most high through technology, man. That's what he has his eye on. Okay? And the earth has become, all right, a science lab for this devil, man. Okay? Let's get this in this is Isaiah 54 and not Isaiah 14 and 5. It said the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, man. So the Lord finna break up this rulership. Okay, he's finna break up, all right, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Okay, he's finna break up his rulership, man. He's finna break up his power structure in the earth. Okay, the Most High so cold, he has this man dismantling his own kingdom in the attempt and the hope that he's gonna revamp it. Okay, nah, that ain't gonna happen. Okay, verse 6 says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, all right, is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing." Okay, so this man, the scripture describes this man as ruling the nations, okay, with a continual stroke, man, constantly, it's like someone constantly beating you with a whip, never letting up, man. That's how this man's rulership has been. He's never let up. Okay, it was always some type of wickedness and oppression that this man was pushing throughout the earth, man. Even America, had the golden age where he was terrorizing the rest of the earth. And see, and now it's time for him to terrorize America, man. Okay, but while America, enjoyed, peace and prosperity and abundance, this man was terrorizing the rest of the earth. Okay, and now that terror has made it back to America, man. You see? So this man in this rulership, he never let up. He always had a continuous stroke, man. The way that he ruled in the earth. You see? And it says, "Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us," man. So it said the fir trees rejoice. And that's just symbolic of the earth itself, man. It's going to rejoice. It's going to be relieved when this man is removed from power. Okay? Because in the kingdom, the heathen's going to learn righteousness, man. Okay? Ain't going to be no testing missiles, and okay, there's not going to be any GMOs. Okay, you're not just going to be hunting animals for nothing in the kingdom. No poacher hunting. Okay, going to hunt, animals that aren't meant to be hunted. The only animals that's going to be killed in the kingdom is going to be the animals killed for food, man. That's lawful for food. Okay, and that's going to be in moderation. You see, but it's not going to be, all right, this wicked, oppressive, destructive kingdom that Esau Edom has established, man. Okay, it's going to be a kingdom of peace, man. Our kingdom is going to be, it's going to complement nature, not destroy it, man. Okay, Micah 4:1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord and to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways. So the government of Israel is going to be established. When it says the mountain of Jacob, this is, all right, the government of Israel under Yahushua. This is post, all right, war. This is after we come out the chariots, man, and set up a righteous government in the earth, man. And the heathen's going to have to check in, okay, and get instructions, okay, and how to be and how to live, okay, in the earth. They're going to be subjugated to that law, okay? And it says, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his path, for the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift those swords against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore, man. This third war is the last war. Okay? And the Lord is going to set up his sons to judge situations way before it get to a point of a war. Okay, these nations are not going to have the ability to go to war. Ain't going to be no standing armies, man. Okay? Ain't going to be all this military hardware throughout the earth. All this is under Esau, man. Esau, he set the atmosphere for nuclear annihilation, man. He did this. He mass produced that weapon. And the Lord put the spirit on him to do that, to destroy his own kingdom. Okay? But in our kingdom, there's gonna be no need for that. Okay? Because things are gonna get nipped in the bud way before it get to a nation versus nation conflict. Okay? We won't have wars in the kingdom, man. Okay? Disputes are gonna be judged, okay, at the source, man. All right? And it says, but they shall sit every man, they're speaking of Israel, all right, because this is the same thing that's written in 1 Kings, the 4th chapter, during the time of King Solomon. All right, which Yahushua is King Solomon, all right, perfected, man, if you can receive it. Okay, it said, but they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord, Yahweh Shai of hosts, have spoken it, man. So yeah, man, Esau Edom is the problem. Yahushua is coming to deal with that problem head on. All right, and uproot this nigga out the power seat, put this nigga in captivity, and after 1,000 years, he's done away with. Okay, the problem of the planet Earth will be completely eradicated. Okay, so that's the point. Lord will, you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified once again. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards young brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful Shalom.